Night Moves, 1975 film noir from Arthur Penn, starring Gene Hackman. It's a film that follows a Los Angeles-based private investigator, Harry Moseby, who gets hired to find a missing young woman known for her promiscuousness and sort of infatuation with people from the movie industry. But of course, the further he gets into the case, the more convoluted and complicated it becomes. So I didn't like this film very much. I think that it feels like a much weaker version of Chinatown, where we follow familiar beats and try to get into the bottom of a story that goes from one twist reveal to the next, so much so that at some point it just becomes stupid and kind of nonsensical. Everyone is in some form involved and guilty, and by the end you lose track of what anyone's intentions actually are, culminating in a climax that to me was completely off the wall. The most interesting part of the movie for me was the character of Moseby and Hackman's performance in this role. He is someone who allows his job, even though he's not particularly successful at it, to overtake his life to the point of threatening his marriage. And the movie does do something interesting with how this aspect is explored and how Moseby eventually seemingly manages to confront his demons and reconcile with them and gets on a path to fixing his marriage, only to throw it all away again when he learns some new information and gets back on the case that he really no longer has any obligation to follow at that point. But yeah, and you know that sort of fits into the exploration of his kind of middle-aged midlife crisis, as it were, his disappointment with what his life has become at that point and his desire to do something meaningful. But again, all of that gets a little bit lost in an otherwise unfocused and convoluted film, which, again, compared to Chinatown, remains an unimpressive shadow.